Hey, it's Andrea with Golden Acorns, where we help guide your growth in 12 key areas of life, like home, relationships, fun, and more. We bring simple, actionable ideas to help move you forward with purpose. Let's plant seeds of potential and grow a life you love. Please share and enjoy. Got a good one today.
Yeah. We were talking about this weekend. We're always like trying to figure out, what do we want to talk about next on our podcast?
Yeah.
What do we want to bring value to help people, whether it's, financial or relationship or growth or mindset, any of that. And we were talking about, well, maybe we're doing one of these things, I think. And we're like, I wonder how many other people do this.
Well, we already know the answer.
Right.
Because of all of our friends. And so, the whole point of our podcast is to point out, right, the golden acorns, the little things that will dramatically impact your life.
Right.
And we know for a fact, based on our numerous relationship experiences, other people's relationships, that we are the weird ones.
Yes, eloquently put.
Yes.
Yeah.
You and I do things differently. And of all things that I think we can provide stellar advice on is our marriage.
Feels pretty good.
I mean, we're in the top 0.0000001% of marriages, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So if anyone listens to any advice from anything that we say, I would think this would be the one that you should really take to heart, no matter what. I mean, because we live it.
And we're not telling you have to do this. It's more like, this is what we do.
Yep.
If you want to try something, if it works, great. If it's not for you, also great. Yeah.
I was listening to another podcast or book the other day, and it was saying how you could have what you want, but you can't have everything. Right. And to dig a little deeper, it's like people say they want an amazing marriage, but they don't want to do the things to make it an amazing marriage. So he related
like everyone wants to be a millionaire.
Right.
But nobody wants to do what it takes
to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
He was relating it to the cause and the symptoms. So like the symptom of a happy marriage is from the causes, but people want the symptom of it and they don't want to work on the causes of it.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. So they just want the symptom of the end goal. Right. But they don't want, let's do all the things that make that happen.
I feel like that's kind of becoming the American way.
Yeah.
With most things.
Yeah. And that's what we're trying to share our insight.
And like you said, those are those little acorns that grow into those bigger things, right? But everyone wants the tree before the acorn. Like, you can't do that.
We got a pretty mighty oak here, babe.
Mighty.
So we were like, let's brainstorm on all the weird things that we do.
Yeah.
And we wanted to share all of our marriage acorns with you.
Yeah. So I don't have the photographic memory like you do. So I have to write mine down. You probably remember most of these. And there's some of them, it's hard because we were talking about it and we're like, let's think of them. But then they're just things we do. So like they're second nature. So it was really hard to think of them because we always do them.
Do you know how we came up with them? It was like, what have we told people that we do or done in front of people? And they're like, Jesus, that's weird. Or like,
or they
really?
Comment. Or they comment about it when we're somewhere with them or whatever.
Right. Yeah. So that's kind of how we came up with them, right? It's like, what do people not do that we do that maybe makes us different?
Cool.
Obviously, we understand that compatibility is a huge component, but if you are married, I hope that you felt compatible with your partner when you got into that. So hopefully you have that base, right? You have to have a pretty solid base. But even if we understand that people are not like us. Like we have different energies, we have different temperaments, we have different, Axel and I. So all of those things for us happen to line up pretty well.
Yeah.
Right?
And if we were with different
that.
people, we would have different relationships.
Yes.
Right. So,
yeah. So we get that. But like the point of this is, what does it hurt to try these things and see the improvements it could make?
Yeah.
Right. If the symptom that you want in your life is a better marriage, what's it hurt to try the causes that has worked for us?
I like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what we're trying to do here.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to share? Do you remember?
Well, probably, I don't know if you wrote this one down.
What's your favorite?
I don't know if you wrote this one down because I told you later. I was like, well, that's my favorite one.
I probably did.
Is the Axel touches my butt every day. Grabs it, rubs it. Even our kids like joke about it, like, quit touching mom's butt every day. And he was like, I don't know if every woman would want that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've only got one woman. So
and I was like, no, every woman wants to be touched every day.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be her butt, but it's nice to know. Like that's one of our jokes. If you guys have seen that like meme or whatever going around, that it's always like, well, my husband says he wants a divorce today. And like, it's like, he didn't make me coffee or, whatever.
Yeah.
And so mine is always, oh, I thought he'll walk by me and not touch me. And I'm like, oh, I thought we were going to divorce.
Yeah. Well, we're in a fight, apparently.
So, maybe that's specific to you. I don't know, but I enjoy it.
I think it depends kind of on your love languages too. Like I love touching you and letting you know I'm there. And I mean, there's some stuff in it for me too, but, yeah, even just like, yeah, like you said, just touching each other.
What does that represent to you? Because clearly you're not doing it to like be for a sexual nature. Like it's not a sexual thing, right? So what does it represent to you as a guy?
I feel like the older I've gotten, I'm such like, I'm more in tune with like energies of things and people and places. And I just feel like it's like that connection of energy for me. Like when I touch you, it just makes me feel like I'm with you.
Okay.
Because, sometimes you can be together, but still feel like you're not.
Very disconnected.
Yeah, like you're disconnected. It's just that connection, that constant little like.
Constant connection.
Connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, it's done through the more physicalness.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that kind of segues into the other one that we talked about. Of touch.
Touch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that was the other one. It's just touching in general.
Yeah.
Right. So
give some examples of what you mean.
I think, well, this would lead another one, like holding hands is a big one. So we hold hands like all the time, or you'll hold my arm or, I might have my arm around you or something, but like, that's a touch. Mm-hmm. That's something just letting you know, hey, we're in this together. Like, let's tackle this life thing together, whatever it is.
So how many couples out there do you think don't hold hands?
So when people hold hands, it sticks out to me. So that would mean probably not many.
Okay.
Because like occasionally, and it's either very young or older.
Like old.
Like probably
60s or higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm always like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
But
how many 40-year-olds do you see holding hands?
I don't feel like I see a lot of people in between like, 25 and 60 holding hands. Mm-hmm. But maybe that's weird in the Midwest. I don't know. Maybe there's places where it's normal.
Oh, is it a cultural thing?
Yeah. But it does stick out to me.
Yeah.
When I see it.
Yeah. What are some other examples of touch?
Oh, of touch? Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about
because if people don't do this.
Let's talk about our mouth.
Our mouth.
Yeah. So kissing.
Yeah.
Is a big one, I think. And not just little like pecks, Yeah. I think make out.
Yeah.
Like random, not making out with nothing afterwards, like you're not doing it for sex. You're not doing it.
Yeah. I mean, we're not saying like at the grocery store.
Well, we're in line at Aldi for a few minutes. Let's get after it. Right.
We got some time. No, like at home, obviously. Yeah, I mean, we'll even kiss in front of our kids, and they're like, get a room, but like,
And they're not talking like, I'm not like hardcore making out
right.
in front of the children.
No. But more than just your typical, yep, love you too.
Didn't you read or hear somewhere it was like about the length of a kiss and like after so many seconds or something like that? It was, God,
I know a hug is 20 seconds, but I don't remember what a kiss is.
Yeah.
Where it like releases endorphins or oxytocin or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we could look it up.
But
and maybe share that.
I'm going to venture to guess that when most people got together, there was some heavy making out.
There was lots of kissing.
And somewhere along the way, it just lower and lower and lower.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that's that. I mean, you don't do that with anyone else. Like I could touch other people's butts if I wanted to, but
I wouldn't be very happy about that.
But like, you don't really kiss any other people. Like, there should be like one person that you kiss.
Yeah.
And unless you're into something else, whatever, it's your prerogative.
I think too, so we read a book. I know we kind of mentioned it in our first episode, but it's a very profound insight into masculine and feminine energy and how men can be more masculine. And one of them was like grabbing your woman and like making out with her.
Right.
Right. And I think men, and you correct me if I'm wrong, I think men
on the spot here
always try to think for us and think, well, she doesn't want to do that. And then just don't do it.
We're simple. I think we take the feedback that's coming sometimes, and yes, we try to process it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are complex. There's a lot going on in your face and your appearance and everything.
Yeah.
And sometimes we take that like, yeah, that's not going to happen right now, or that's not a good time for this when
really that's like the main thing that we need.
Right.
Yeah.
So
like we're on about something else in our heads.
I mean, use like all these romance novels and stuff that women love. Guys always like grabbing her and just planting one on her or whatever, like it's never about like I grabbed him and made out with him or anything.
Right. Yeah. So I think not taking every nonverbal or, sometimes we as women express our, like we wear everything on our sleeves. I think we tend to more than men. Yeah. Where it's like, if we're in a bad mood, you're going to know we're in a bad mood, but it might not have anything to do with you, but maybe you assume that it does. I don't know, you know? And
we're a little like children. We're like, well, mom and dad are mad. Must be at me.
Yeah, it must be at me. I'm going to just stay away.
Right.
And that's like the last thing that we want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So kissing all the time is a really good way to like reconnect that intimacy. I think it's
a shock too. Like for a woman, if you're having a struggle or whatever, and I just come up and start loving on you, I can like usually feel you like release, like just your tension. And I mean, you just kind of, you breathe like.
Well, and here's a good example. I got mad at Axel because this weekend we went to the movies and something triggered me before we went to the movies, completely unrelated to anything. And I was just in a pissy mood the whole time. And I was like mad at you for not recognizing that I just needed you to bring me out of it. I was like waiting for you to that's not your job. Right. But that's what I wanted. But as a woman, that's just what I wanted.
We had another podcast about the signs that you are a good teammate. And one of those signs was checking in.
Yeah.
Like noticing your partner and checking in. And the problem, we were also doing a cleanse. So I was also a little pissy.
You wanted all the popcorn and candy. Yeah. And you were stuck on that.
I was stuck on that.
I can't eat this.
And then we're very much reciprocal on each other's moods and energies.
Yeah.
And so I kind of thought like she was pissy that I was not being very fun. Because usually I'm pretty fun. And especially when I go to the movies and I'm trying to be the life and everything. And I was not. Yeah. And so I kind of thought like you were irritated with me. There you go. Man thinking for the woman.
Right.
But yeah.
And as a girl, I just wanted you to bring me out of it. Right. And that's so stupid. Like, I know how stupid that is, but we can't control it.
You know, it's stupider. As a man, I just wanted popcorn.
So
all
true.
the emotional out of it. I just want popcorn.
I just want to eat that damn popcorn.
Yeah.
And I can't. You're such a dork.
I know.
You can have popcorn today if you really want.
Well, now I don't want it. You had any more? You had any more examples of touch?
Yeah. So we talked about anytime we're riding in the car together, one of us always has a hand on the other person.
I gotta give my dad props for that. Like, I noticed that as a kid, like sitting in the back seat, and I was the oldest, so I always got to sit in the middle so I could see out the windshield.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have to sit like some people like the window, but I wanted to see out the front. Well, my dad always had his hand over on my mom, and he was either touching her leg or rubbing her or holding her, and like that somehow stuck to me. And I was just like, God, that I felt like my dad had so much love for her.
You could just feel it.
And I was like, and I didn't realize it in the moment until later, when I'm older, and then I'm like running these, playlists or these things back in my head. And I'm like, God, my dad just always was touching my mom. Yeah. And that makes me wonder, like, I wonder if that's why I do it or what, but.
Yeah. Well, it's just kind of in your nature too.
Yeah.
Just a very touchy guy.
Yeah.
And it's okay if that's not in your nature as a guy, but I think the point is try to make it more in your nature, right? Like, try to be that more intimate, loving partner. If the goal is to have the best marriage, you want to be a top 1%er in your marriage, you gotta evolve.
Well, if you're sitting on the couch together watching TV and you're next to each other and not touching, I'm kind of like, that's weird. Like, intertwine your feet. You're like, start small. Yeah. I'm not saying you got to like crawl on each other, but like start small. Just touch your feet or something. Or even sit next
to each other. I mean, I feel like we've been around a lot of couples that don't even sit next to each other. We
have like 14 feet of couch in our living room, the biggest damn sectional. And we like sit right next to each other. Like,
partially on top of each other. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and I love it. Yeah. Like, if you're sitting on the couch, I don't go to the other side. I'm like, there's a spot right next to you. Yeah. Butts touching. Like, so I challenge you to do that too. Just when you're sitting together,
at least sit next to each other.
Yeah. Just
maybe that's a start.
Even if your legs are together, like side to side or whatever.
Yeah. I think it's funny you say that about your dad, because it's actually something that sticks out to me with my dad as well. He did not have his hand on my mom. He always put his arm up over around her on the headrest. Mm-hmm. And it felt like a protective thing. So for him, it wasn't a loving thing. It wasn't like an intimacy thing. It was like, I'm protecting her. Like, that's how I didn't know that as a kid. Yeah. But like as an adult, that's how it feels. It's like a protective, like he was just like protecting his family by having his arm up. But they were not a very loving couple. So he never like touched her. Like, he never put his hand on her leg or anything like that. And it's funny, like, I'll move and Axel will like move his arm so that I can like shift, and then I'll just grab his arm and like put it back on my leg and be like, no, you touch me still.
I will say too, it is okay if one person is more the toucher than the other, as long as the other person's fine with it. Like, I touch you way more, than you do me. Yeah. Which is fine, because I'm the toucher. I'm the toucher.
Are you sure?
It's fine. No, it's good. But I just think
I do recognize, though, if you're not touching me, and then I'll like lean over and touch your leg or put my hand on your neck or
well, that's how I show you I'm mad at you.
Not touching me.
I am not touching.
Great. Now I have a clue.
Oh, man.
You're never mad at me.
I can't be mad at you for that long.
Yeah. Or now this one, even for us, I think sometimes feels super weird. But once you do it, like, it's weird. at first, but then once you do it, it like the rest of the world disappears and it doesn't matter, is when we sit next to each other at a restaurant.
Oh.
Instead of across from each other.
Yeah.
I do like sitting across from each other a lot so that we can like look at each other and talk.
Yep.
But sometimes when I'm just like needing that intimacy, we'll sit next to each other.
Yeah.
Especially in a booth or something more comfortable.
It's easier to share food if you do that.
And I'm always like, oh my God, people probably think we're the biggest dorks, like sitting next to each other, you know? But, you know, once we sit down and start eating, I don't care.
Nope.
So,
that booth or table's ours. It's our little
safe world.
zone.
I don't know. I wouldn't say we do that super often because I like looking at your cute face too. So,
ditto.
Yeah. But it's one little thing that throw it in there every once in a while.
Yeah. This could kind of be touch, but another one we do, which you might think is weird, is we shower together like a lot.
Almost, I don't know, 90% of our showers.
Yeah.
Are together.
Like I love, it's once again, it's like a little disconnect from the world. It's just our own little special space.
It's like safe.
And it's
safe
not,
haven. We can have conversations that no one else can hear, right? Like our kids.
Yeah. And it's nothing sexual. Like
no,
sometimes it might be great, but
that's not the point.
No, it's not the point. It's just, it's that connection, right? I mean, sort of like making out, like we're both naked, we're right there together and just completely in privacy. It's great. I love our showers together.
Yeah. And again, I think that's one of those, like a lot of people probably think that's strange.
Yeah. I think a lot of people like their space, which is fine. Like you don't have to shower together, but
we don't have to do any of this.
Yeah, we do.
This is just how we stay so connected and so intimate in our marriage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because when you lose intimacy, it leads to destroying everything.
Yeah.
Like literally intimacy is the foundation of your marriage.
Then you're just a roommate.
Yeah, your roommates.
You know?
Your brother and sister.
Right.
You know? I mean, honestly, like if you don't have intimacy, it's more fighting. It's more and we know this because we either lived it as kids or, you know, all of our friends who we've seen kind of have this issue. And I feel like so many things can be resolved.
You know, something I've noticed with us too is when the intimacy does have problems or like one of us is really struggling or things are really stressful, you know, and the intimacy starts dropping or going away, it is like this compounding effect.
Yeah.
Like
it's harder to get it back.
The longer you wait, it just builds and like this gap just grows and it's so much harder to close that gap. And that's almost like you're starting over. It's just kind of weird.
And it's interesting because I feel like that leads to, you know, the disinterest in sex.
Yeah.
On one or the other partner side.
Right.
You know, if you're never touching me, never kissing me, never, you know, showering with me, never doing like, do you even love me? Right. And then for women, like this is coming from a woman's perspective. Like to me, no matter what your love language is, like you want to feel like loved and appreciated and like you notice me. And when you're constantly touching me and kissing me, I think that you notice me.
Well, and I have friends that have issues in their marriages and they're like, I always tell her she's beautiful and I always tell her this. And it's like, if that's what you're doing and it's not working, that it's not what she wants. Like you need to change something, right? Like that's for you. You're doing that because you feel like you're doing it, but she's not receiving it, right? Like that's not what she wants. Like congratulations on telling her that. I mean, sure, she appreciates it, but it's not hitting deep enough.
Tell me you love me, but show me you love me.
Yeah.
And it's two different things.
Right. Yeah.
So,
women are complicated. Guys.
We're just a mess.
Yeah. Write her a little note, like back in grade school, like just write her a little note and leave it somewhere.
Oh, you do that for me. And I love that.
Yeah. I save those. I save those moments up.
Yeah.
I know. Do it all the time.
I know. I will say, so There is a difference between being romantic and being intimate.
Mm-hmm.
You are very intimate. You're not romantic.
Yeah. But I'm working on that sometimes.
Yeah. But I can't complain. You're pretty great.
Okay, good.
I just have to tell you to be romantic, and then you usually are. Like, I'll just call you out on it. Just be like,
Hey, don't tell me what to do. You're not like, wow, buy me flowers today, and I do it.
No.
That's good, though. You keep me in check, right?
I'm just like, can you plan something? Anything? One little thing, please.
Yeah. Then I'm like, we're going grocery shopping together.
You really know how to win my heart.
I know. We got a date at Walmart Market.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you're like, do you want to go to Menards? Let's go on a little Menards date. Like, even that is fun. It doesn't have to be
Right.
like dinner and a movie and ice cream and all the
Right.
things.
We're going horseback riding.
During the sunset.
Whoa, that's too much for me. It's got anxiety.
Yeah, so like there's some of our major things. Did you write anything else down?
So going into that, errands. That's a good point.
Oh, yeah. Running errands.
Yeah, I notice it on the weekends when, we always have, everyone has errands, whether it's weekends, weeks, whatever. But I feel like we do a lot together.
Mm-hmm.
We just, even if you're like, hey, I got to go to the store. And you always offer, like, do you want to come? And I'm like, yeah, I'll go with you. Unless I'm in a pissy mood or something. And then you're like, I'm going to the store.
Well, and there are times I don't invite you because I do want to go by myself.
Yeah, because once again, you're fine if you want to be alone to do stuff. We're not saying you can't be.
Right.
But I think running errands together is great because once again, it leads to holding hands, touching you in the car, like just being with you.
Having deep, random conversations that you never would have had if you were at home and I was out shopping.
Right.
And buying groceries, right? Like, it's not about getting tasks checked off your list for life. Like, life is about connection and relationships and love, right? Everybody wants that. So and we are super productive people, right? Like, we get some stuff done. But yes, we go grocery shopping together. Could you do it by yourself? Could I do it by myself? 100%. Could we get double things done by not going together? 100%.
Yeah.
But that's not what life is about, is getting things checked off your list that nobody wants to do. I don't love running errands, and either do you. So if we do it together, it's so much more fun because we can talk to each other, build our foundation even stronger.
Or be playful.
Be intimate, So, I don't know. I think that's the point.
I agree.
We logically understand that it would be more productive to do things separate.
And sometimes I feel like when you come with me, it's like you're supporting me going through this mundane task.
Yeah.
It's just like, thanks for being there. Like, it's better with you than if I was just doing this by myself.
Yeah. Well, I have to go grocery shopping with you to keep you in check. You'll buy the whole store. Like, well, that sounds good today. I'm like, no.
Listen, when we grew up, I had to keep a calculator. And when we'd buy stuff, put it in the cart, I had to be like, $2.99. And at the end, Mom would be like, what are we at? And I'm like, here's where we're at. And she's like, let's figure out what to put back.
Yeah. Then now you don't have to put anything
damn it,
back.
now I'm like, you know what? I'm getting 2 packs of that.
It's fine. We always eat it.
No, I do love running errands with you. And I like taking our individual kids too with us once in a while, like separating the kids. Like, that's fun. Same thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's building that relationship.
Well, just giving that space to have the conversations.
Mm-hmm.
The random conversations. Sometimes it's amazing when you just open that space, the things that come out.
Right.
So if you look at it more like you're building your marriage, then you're looking at it like, we have to run to Home Depot.
Give you an example, listeners. The other day we were doing one, and I just was like, someday I want to own a building. Like a big, weird building. And Andrea's like, we do own buildings. I'm like, no, not like an apartment or a car wash. I want to own like a big office building of some kind. And then we just went down the rabbit hole of like, well, what's in this building? What's it for? And we were like dreaming of our levels. Like, well, floor 2 is this, floor 3 is that. So weird rando conversation that
totally useless, fun, creative, imaginative, but like it shows me, more about who you are and like the way you think and how creative you can be.
But I wouldn't have came home after that errand and been like, hey babe, you know what I was thinking about? We should own a building and do this and that. Like, you're like, that's dumb. Like, but in the moment, it's
I wouldn't
different.
have said that.
I know, but in the moment, it's like, it's different when you're there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So.
Because you're stuck, right? You're stuck in a car. You're stuck walking around a store. You're stuck. Like, so being stuck gives you that time and that space.
Yeah, I agree.
To do that.
Very cool. Let's see what else is on our list. One we do almost every morning.
What?
Working out together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we don't mean going to the gym together. So going to the gym together and working out together are two very different things. So we actually work out together. And sometimes I'm making a compromise by doing a workout that you want to do and I don't. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're making compromise by doing a workout that I want to do that you don't. Yoga. But
what was that?
But I mean, again, that's how much better can you build a marriage than compromising on little things?
Oh, it's kind of like training. You're training for compromise. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just like that just hit me that like working out together for both of us is a constant compromise.
I mean, even sometimes exercise to exercise.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Let's say I want to do yoga. And so Axel agrees and we do that day. And he's like, I really need to lift weights today. He can either go back to the gym later, work out and lift weights, like there's no rules that you still can't do what it is that you really want to do if you just have to, like you feel it, right? But for the most part, it's just what you want to do and you don't really want to compromise.
Well, and sometimes we're at the gym together and don't work out together, but we're still kind of there, crossing each other's paths.
Sometimes. But I mean, again, we're like 85%ers. Anything that we're saying, it's like 85% of the time, this is what we do.
Yeah.
It's not perfect.
But that leads to another one is maintaining a similar fitness level together.
Oh, for sure. Well,
excuse me.
Let me give a story on that compromise thing. So I had met a new business acquaintance. I didn't know him very well, but we were stuck in a car together. So we were, of course, chatting about stuff. And he was telling me how they cold plunge at home. And he's like, yeah, I'm trying to get my wife to do it, but she doesn't want to do it. And he's like, she's only done it a couple times. I'm like, yeah, like they suck. It's hard, And he's like, well, I have it down to like whatever, 34 degrees or he's like, and she wants to do it at like 55, but I want to do it at 34. And he's like, so she won't do it. And like the thought hadn't even crossed his mind to do it at 55.
That she would do it with him.
Yeah.
If he took it to 55.
And I go, well, maybe what if you tried doing it at 55 for like a week and got her used to doing it with you? It was just like, he hadn't even thought about compromising that. And you and I know from the book that that's plenty cold enough.
Right.
55 is actually fine. Like you don't really need it any colder than that to get the effects. Mm-hmm. Right. So it was just kind of funny. I was like, it hit me like, you're not willing.
So
your wife is telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was wanting her to come to his level, that's extreme. Like cold plunging is hard enough.
Yeah. That's 0 to 60. When you get like, that 34
like,
degrees,
into it,
come on.
Dude, like if you're saying you want your wife to do it and you really do, you have to compromise.
Right.
So, that was just such a like obvious, simple example to me that like he hadn't even thought about his wife's needs or feelings.
Right.
To do what she wanted to do. So.
Good example.
Yeah. And maybe it's just one of those things like turn on your reticular activating system of where can I make little adjustments and little compromises.
Ooh.
You know, like you say you want something and then turn that on to be like, well, how could I actually make that happen? What would I need to compromise to make that happen? You want the symptom, but you need the cause.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Keep your eye on the cause.
Yeah.
And the symptom will follow.
Exactly.
What happened? I just blacked out.
That was so profound.
Another thing we do.
You're like Yoda.
I almost was going to do it. You almost got me. I got to hold it back.
You don't have to hold it back.
It's like when, like for a guy, that's a hard thing. It's like when another guy drops a movie quote and you know the next line and you almost can't.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
It takes discipline, gents.
Yeah.
It takes discipline. Another great thing we do that I love doing with you is cooking together.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like it's creative, it's romantic. I love it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's less. I mean, I would say we probably only cook together 20% of the time just because life. Yeah. But
when we do, like
when we do it, it's very enjoyable.
It's so enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an easy one. I mean, we're not like in the flour, putting on each other's faces or anything. I mean,
it was funny. We actually had friends over one time and for dinner, but like they got here early. So we were still in the process of making dinner and we were just like doing our thing. Like we normally do. Like we have our rolls, right? So like Axel chops up anything that we need chopped up. Like that's his role. Like I don't like cutting. He likes cutting.
I'll
so
be chopping broccoli, baby.
Yeah. So like he was doing his rolls. I was doing my rolls and we were just like making dinner. And so the way our house is set up, it's like most of our appliances run along the wall and then our island. So we can face out and we kind of cook on the island and cook behind us and kind of go back and forth. And our friends were sitting at the island and afterwards they were like, it was so interesting to watch you guys. They're like, it was like an orchestra, like a symphony. You just like flowed together and you just like did it. You like knew what to do. And they were like blown away, which was funny, like,
well, because probably they don't cook together.
Right.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Like your mom and dad, your dad never cooks.
Never.
He doesn't go in the kitchen and food just comes out of the kitchen.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't that how it works?
Not here. No, but yeah, I love cooking together. That's fun. Let's see what else.
But
how about
I bake by myself.
Yeah, I don't want any part of baking.
No, and that's for me.
But you're kind of in like your mega creative mode there. Like I feel like I'd just be stepping on your toes. When you bake, the thing I do with you though, I clean up after you.
That's true.
Like I'll wash your pan, like so, because you're usually using things over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still a way for me to be close to you, but stay out of your way.
Yeah,
but I'm still in your way.
It is. That's like my creative outlet.
I'm curious if every husband has the superpower of just being in his wife's way all the time when you don't even mean to be. Like I don't even know how I do it. It's a gift.
It is.
Yeah, it's a gift.
Standing at the garbage when I need the garbage, and then standing
or
at
in front of the
utensil
cabinet
drawer when I need the utensils. Or
yeah. Or like, I swear you do it on purpose. I could be like standing back in a corner, and you're like, I needed to be in that corner right now. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I'll move.
Busted. That's it. I plan it ahead. Yep. I'm just like, wait, where is he standing? I'm gonna pretend like I need something.
I get it.
Mm-hmm. You're on to me.
Mm-hmm. Another one. Well, we kind of talked about it, but like watching shows together.
Oh yeah.
So we don't watch a lot of TV, hardly any actually. But when we do, we like to sit down together and choose something. Here's another one of these compromises. Right. We like to watch something together.
Mm-hmm.
Not just I'm going to watch this and you sit here and be on your phone scrolling. Like,
yeah,
we like to watch a show together. Touch each other while we're watching it. I mean,
sometimes it's John Wick. Sometimes it's definitely maybe, right? It's rom-coms, it's action. It's like, obviously we have our preferences, but we compromise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe more people do that. Once again, maybe more people do this than we think, but just things we do that we feel
just
like
from our observation
grow our relationship acorn,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Those are my top ones.
So another one is, again, this is an 80%er, probably less than most of our other ones. Going to bed together and waking up together. So I know for some people it's going to be impossible to do both, but you could at least do one.
Yeah.
You could make the commitment to do one or the other. And you can come up with excuses that you can't do both, do one, but it's bullshit.
I think you should try. You should try doing one.
You can do one or the other. And I don't know, it's just so different. Like I would say going to bed together is like 98% of the time.
Oh yeah.
But
I mean, if we're traveling or something, or sick,
right?
That's about the 2%.
Right. But waking up is probably more than 80%. You know, like this morning, like you got up, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And it's those nights where like Axel's okay with getting 5.5 hours of sleep and I'm not. So like I'm going to sleep. I need my sleep. So I'm going to sleep 7.5, 8 hours. So I'm not going to get up with him. All right. So, sometimes I will, sometimes I'll compromise sleep in order to get up, make sure that we were going to the gym together, make sure that, you know,
it makes me think of something you said, going to bed together. We might also be unique in this is that, I mean, we only have a queen bed.
Oh,
like I know lots of people that have like the biggest beds because they want their space when they sleep, which fine.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
But I feel like we are intertwined or touching most of the night.
Yeah. Yeah. Queen bed. That does make us weird too, for sure.
I think so.
Yeah. Most people have kings, and we even have a friend that has a double queen. They put 2 queen beds together because their dogs sleep with them. So yeah, I mean, everybody's different, but that is one of ours. So like, I think it's funny when people go to hotel rooms, they're like, oh my God, there was only a queen bed. I'm like, no, that's just our life.
Yeah. It doesn't bother me at all.
Now fulls are a little harder to sleep on in the crappy hotel room sometimes, but yeah, that's a little tighter.
I think another part of going to bed together is I kiss you goodnight every night.
Yeah.
Even when we're mad at each other.
Yeah.
And you still like accept it, you know?
Yeah.
You're never like, don't kiss me.
Right. Yeah. It is the whole never go to bed angry. Well, we still go to bed angry sometimes.
I think part of it is me. It's like the signal of the end of the day. And I'm very much like I believe like when you wake up the next day, it's a fresh start every day, you know? And so it's like that switch. I want to kiss you as like a thank you for today. And then like, see you tomorrow, reset.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't always work, but it's important.
Yeah.
It's those little things.
That was a good one. I forgot about going to bed together. Like, see the things we just do that.
Like, doesn't everyone?
Right.
Yeah. Like, that's kind of how we feel.
Yeah. We're like, everybody does this.
Doesn't everyone go to bed together?
I think.
Yeah. No. I mean, I just can run through a handful of friends. I'm like, nope, none of them. You know? And that's where I feel like, just the weird stuff that we do.
So I think the acorn here of all these little ones is that these are ways in the busyness and noise of life to just stay connected with each other. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, that's really what we're doing is just, we're figuring out how just make the most of all those little moments.
I have another one that a lot of people are going to completely disagree with. And it's your rule.
Oh, no TV in the bedrooms.
No TV in the bedroom.
Yeah.
So
I made that pretty clear early. Like that was very strong about that. And I'm glad you were on, like, you didn't really fight me.
No.
Ever.
Because as a kid, I mean, I didn't have a TV in my bedroom, but like I had music and I had other things. Like obviously I stayed in my bedroom, but, I know today most kids and every person we know has a TV in their bedroom. Yeah. So for us, what we talk about is that our bedroom is our sanctuary, right? Like that is our home for peace, quiet, intimacy. It is not for anything else. If you want to watch TV, go do it out in the living room. You know,
we don't get on our phones in bed.
Nope.
We don't sit in bed and do that. We don't, I mean, we don't
no
really,
laptops in the bedroom. I mean,
we don't really even eat in bed.
So when you say no TV, like obviously that one's kind of blaringly obvious, but it's also, we don't like no computers in the room either.
No,
like no working.
No, like you put your phone far in the bathroom. I put mine across the room on my hamper.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so we don't even have our phones next to us or anything. I mean, they're there for our alarms is basically
I think that for a lot of people would be the hardest. I think having no media in their room, like when it's bedtime, it's like no TV, no laptop, no working in bed, no being on your phone. I think that would be the hardest change for people to make.
Well, I mean, I know people that go to sleep with like, oh, I need the TV on or I need this on. I mean, they need noise or something. And I don't, maybe I never got that.
Well, there's white noise machines and stuff too. So like that's, again, it's an excuse. You can do different things, make other things happen, right? I think another thing that we do that is really stands out to me as so obvious that it affects your connection and your intimacy is people that let their kids sleep with them. Right?
Yeah.
So we have always...
I laugh because I just think back to when our kids would come in.
Yeah. So when our kids would come in, now our kids are older now, so they don't want to sleep with us. But I mean, that's where you lose your connection as a married couple is those young kids' years.
Yeah.
So if you have young kids, like this is so big. It's so key.
And I will say the experience on this one, the feedback loop comes from owning a children's retail store and talking with a lot of women about these problems. And then, you know, when you step back from something and you listen to their stories or what they're doing, it's easier to kind of dissect it and be like, this is
so
the problem.
Obvious.
Right. So it's not like we're just basing this off one person.
No.
This is years.
This is years and probably thousands of women who most of them end up getting divorced, completely disconnected from their partner. And this scenario is like, if your kid comes in, yep, you let him in your bed, right? So Axel and I's rule, and it was kind of unwritten at first. It was more you at first. You were like, I just don't want, because we sleep in a queen bed. We don't have room for another kid in there, right? And we're not talking babies. We're talking like toddlers and up until they want to sleep with you, right?
Kids that should be sleeping in their own bed.
Yeah. So when the kids would come in, it's like we would comfort them and they would be scared. You know, it's usually they had a nightmare or whatever. We'd comfort them and then say, okay, if you want to sleep in here, you can. Go get your pillow, go get your comforter, and you can sleep right here on the floor.
Yep. Still right next to us.
Right.
Same room.
Right next to us. They still feel safe. They still feel like, you know, mom and dad are here for me. Right. But they're not getting in our bed.
No. I mean, if they did, it was for like you said, to console them, calm them down, like love on them a little bit. When they calm down, then it's like, yep, okay. You can either go back to your bedroom now or you can sleep in here on the floor. Again,
85%, right? Yes, our kids have slept in our bed when they're terrified or they break a 100-degree fever or 102-degree fever in the middle of the night. Like, yeah, sometimes you just want to like nurture them and do that. But
sometimes to get your own sleep, you have to do it.
Right. But I mean, again, it's that 85% of the time, it's like, absolutely not. You're welcome to be in here, but you're not sleeping in our bed.
Yeah. It becomes like this weird crutch that I personally feel like it was usually more the women.
Yes.
That, you know, would just, they started sleeping in here. And then pretty soon it like morphs into, well, now me, the wife and the child go to bed and the husband just goes to sleep on the couch, or it's just like this huge divide, this Grand Canyon starts happening of,
well, because there's no room because no one wants to sleep in a bed with multiple people. And then it's just, you know, and we have so many examples of friends in our lives that this has happened to, or customers of mine that have told me, and family members. So it's not We don't just have one person that this stands out for. It's so many people. And to me, the answer is so obvious. It's like, don't let him sleep in your bed. It's like literally that simple. And I know because it's women, this is why, because it feels not as nurturing to say, sleep on my floor.
Sure.
Like as a mom, you want to like, yes, be my baby, right? And like nurture them, coddle them. But you are creating a disconnect with your husband by doing that.
Right. And you're the foundation. Like the husband and wife should be the foundation of the family.
Yeah, that's always our analogy of our family is like Axel and I are literally our concrete foundation. And it's what our entire family is built on. So if you are not protecting that foundation and all you're working on is the surface level, is the house, but you're not, your foundation is going to crumble. And then your whole house is going to come falling down.
Right.
So like your foundation is more important than your house.
Yes.
Right. And I think so many families, and especially women, we can cross that and get it backwards because we're the caretaker, the nurturer, that like, right, we're trying to put our kids first. You always need to put your foundation first. Always.
Right.
So
that's what we believe. 100%.
And
that's why we work on ourselves so much. Right. I mean,
yeah.
Then we have more to give to our house. We have more to build.
Yeah.
When we're solid. Like,
yeah.
So,
well, and we always like going back to these examples of like running errands together. We're always like, hey, do you guys want to go with us? Our kids are always like, no. They're so over us. Like they don't care. Like they don't want to be part of our Menards trip, you know, or our Home Depot trip. Like they're like, no, we want to hang out at home. We want to be here. So sometimes we make them just to get them out of their little world. But, you know, going back to like having those conversations with them and building that, just building that relationship with them too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, our kids know that we are each other's number one fan.
Yeah, I agree.
And
they also, though, are starting, like, as they get older, they're also starting to see things differently when they go to friends' houses. And they'll start bringing...
an example?
Yes, our son's girlfriend's family. Like, he can just see the disconnect and the tension and, like, that there is no foundation. I mean... And he's starting to understand, you know, when his girlfriend has problems, like he can see why. Like he's not just like, I don't know why she's so moody. Mm-hmm. You know, and he's young, he's 16. He's been with her for a while. Yeah. They've been friends, but don't you feel like he's starting to be able to identify and connect?
100%. He knows. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And as a little pat on our own back, I love when their friends come over and like even compliment, like, God, your house just is... It's like so calm. I don't think some of them even understand quite what it is, but they just almost feel comfortable here. Mm-hmm. Or to compliment that, like, you guys have such a good family, or it's just that ease, I think. Because there's not a lot of tension in our house. I mean, it's pretty warm.
Yeah.
I mean, our house is always dirty. I'm always like, why is everyone here? But, right. But yeah, and there's, like I said in the beginning, I'm an energy guy. There's obviously some kind of energy here between us and our family.
They can feel
that people enjoy.
Yeah.
So glad to put that out there.
Yeah.
But all right, your guys' challenge, then put something to action.
Try one.
Just try one.
I think media is going to be harder for people. I think it would make a more dramatic impact if I'm being honest. However, I think if I were to pick one, it would be touching.
I would have to agree.
Touching and kissing. Because they kind of go, I mean, it's kind of the same. Not really, but it kind of is. Mm-hmm. So like that is something to build intimacy.
And if you're a dude listening, I bet you don't even need to talk to your wife about this one. If you just started doing it more, she's going to realize and reciprocate, and things will start being better.
Yeah.
So let her know you're there.
Yeah.
Let her know you love her.
Yeah. Physically. Let her know. And like, that's the thing, you know, everyone relates this back to sex, but that's not what it's about.
No.
Like, It leads to that.
So I was gonna say, sex is the symptom, right?
It really is. I mean, if it's been a while, start with just touching. Start with just intimate, loving touch.
Yes.
And see how easily and quickly that turns into reciprocal love. Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's how we do it. We're pretty good at it.
working out really well.
Yeah.
So cool. Well, good luck to everybody. Thanks for listening. Share yours if you have stuff you think is an acorn in your relationship.
Yeah, like what's something that we haven't mentioned that you're like, I think that this builds a really solid foundation for us.
I'd love to hear those. Yes.
Me too. Because I mean, we'll incorporate more stuff if we can.
Yeah. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the bathroom together. I got to draw the line somewhere,
Okay. Check.
All right.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Thanks.
Thank you for joining Golden Acorns. Remember that small steps you take today can lead to big growth tomorrow. Keep planting those seeds of potential. Watch your life flourish in ways that truly matter. If you found this episode helpful, share it with someone that could use a little inspiration. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a chance to grow with us.